Now can you hear me? There we go. I don't know. I must have hit the button twice on accident. Sorry. Okay. So what I said was it's getting harder for me to get off the floor, but I keep doing it. Alrighty. Good morning. Find your comfortable seat. Sit up tall. Get all your wiggles out. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Shoulders over hips. Close your eyes. Tune into your breath. Today I want you to follow your breath like an elevator up and down your spine. When you inhale, follow it up to the top, filling up your lungs. And when you exhale, feel as though the elevator goes down the spine into your tailbone. See if you can slow the movement of the elevator down. Make sure it goes all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. Make sure you're using your belly. Take 3 more nice deep breaths. Track that elevator slowly to the top. Big belly breath. And slowly to the bottom. Take your awareness to your face. Soften through your forehead, back behind your eyes, your jaw, and your throat. Feel very soft. Today we're going to open up some hips, back, shoulder, our regular routine. Maybe some oldies thrown back in there for some good measure. Just slowly drop your chin forward. Go really, really slow. Keep your breath moving slowly. Drop your chin slowly. Open up the back of your neck. And then gently at the same time start to move your shoulder, the tops of your shoulders back in space. Towards the back of your chair. Giving more length to your spine and your neck. And relax your shoulders. Let them return to neutral. And gently start to roll your head a little bit, side to side. Lifting the chin just a tad. And open it up a little bit more, bringing the ear closer to the shoulder, lifting the face slightly to look as if you're looking forward. Then take it over to the left and hold. Check your posture, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. And you're going to rotate your neck so that your chin goes down towards your shoulder. Go slowly. Feel the stretch move into the back part of your neck, near your spine. Then slowly start rotating so that it brings to face forward. And then rotate up slightly. Feel the stretch move a little bit into your throat, near your thyroid. And then take your right hand and flip it over, palm up. Opening up the throat a little more, the shoulder. Rotate your head so that your face is forward again. Let your right hand slide off of your lap and just shake it a little bit. Tuck your chin and very slowly start to roll forward. Pausing in the center. Return your hand to your lap. Lift your head back up. Take about 3 nice deep breaths. Feel the sensation difference from your right and left. What would you compare it to? How does it feel? For me, it feels bigger. Almost like if you've ever lifted weights, so you felt like you had a weight pump going in your muscles. It also feels like maybe I put something heavy on, maybe like a coat or a real big heavy coat or something just on one side. Trace your breath, slowly start to drop your head forward again. And start to move your shoulders back in space towards the back of your chair while you relax your head forward. Relax your shoulders, let them return, and start little tiny rolls side to side. Make them a little bit bigger. Start taking the ear to each side. And pause over on the right. Breathe into the left side of your neck. Very slowly start to rotate so your chin comes down. Move the stretch in close to your spine, your neck. And then gently rotate to forward facing. Take a breath and then start to rotate slightly up till you start to feel the stretch move into the throat. And then flip your left hand over, palm up. Breathe into your throat, into the side of your neck, upper chest. Rotate so your head faces forward. Slide the hand off of your lap. Move it around. Tuck your chin and slowly start rolling forward again. Make sure you're still seated tall. Once you're in the center, return your hand to your lap. Take both hands and put them together in the prayer position. Wide fingers. Interlace your fingers. Flip your palms over. Reach forward. Round your back. Pull your belly into your spine. On your next inhale, start to straighten up. Arms come up overhead. When they get overhead, untwist your hands. Palms up, up and back as you open up. Exhaling down. Take them a little bit back so you feel the stretch in your bicep, front of your shoulder, all the way down. And another big inhale, gather that air back up. Keeping the palm facing up, exhale down and reach back a tiny bit for your thumb. And one more time, gather the air, palms up. Reach the top, lengthen. Start your exhale, palm remains up. Reaching slightly back through the thumb. All the way down next to your body. And relax. Roll your shoulders. Twisting your spine a little bit. Whatever body part feels like it wants to move a little bit. Just make it move. We're going to do bring our leg up in the figure 4. So starting with my right. You can use a strap down there on your left foot to help hold it up, or you can just hold on to your shin. Whichever you choose, I want you to choose one of them though, so that your leg is not all to itself trying to hold up there. I want you to be able to relax it. And then once you've got your leg in position, your strap, whatever you're going to use, I want you to make sure you're centered on your sit bones and centered in between your pubic bone and your tailbone. So you have 4 spots, all 4 edges. Make sure you're centered right between all 4. A gentle flex of your foot. So it's nice and flat as if it was up against a wall. Your ankle's barely over your thigh bone, so you're not pushing into your ankle joint. And then I want you to squeeze into your glutes and pull your belly button into your spine. Squeeze the glutes hard and you'll start to feel stretch in the inner thigh of this upper leg. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. As if you're squeezing and pulling your glutes up into your pubic area. And gently, slowly relax. Sit tall again. One more time. Start to squeeze the glutes. Squeeze them a little bit harder and then pull your belly into your spine. Draw the glutes up into your pubic area. You're really holding everything in down there. Hold it. Breathe. Gently relax. Tall spine and come forward. Lengthen through your spine. Try and relax the contractions you might be starting to feel in your thigh. A gentle burning type of stretch is good. Sharp pains are not good. If you want a little bit more stretch, or you think you could take a little bit more stretch, you can put your elbow or your hand, not on your knee, but right on your side, inside of your thigh, and press down slightly. Still trying to relax those muscles that are resisting. Relax your hand if you are pressing, excuse me, and slowly start to sit up. So take that leg off, but open it up out to the side at a 45-degree angle. Keeping the left leg or other leg if you're mirroring me, straight out from the front. So find your center between your sit bones, your pubic bone, and your tailbone. Squeeze through your glutes. The leg that's out to the side, my right leg, palm up on my knee. I'm gonna inhale, gather air, that 45-degree angle. Lift it up, and just as if I'm gonna come right over the top of my face. Opening up the front of my side. If you need some support back here, you can grab the chair and lean into it. Open up a little bit more. Breathe, come back forward, nice and slow. Arm comes down. And relax. Your chest face forward. We're gonna waterfall forward with one leg out and one leg in. It's gonna feel weird. All right, inhale, arms up. Lengthen tall, belly in, come forward. Make sure you're laying right over that leg. And round down. Try and keep this 45-degree angle knee over the ankle so you're not letting it fall inside because it wants to. It wants to join the other one. Pull your belly in, squeeze your butt, roll up. Draw that leg back in. Realign yourself on your chair. Starting on the opposite leg now, left for me. Bring it up to the figure 4. Hold on, get all your strap, your hands, whatever, dog leash, whatever you want to use. And then find your neutral spine between both sit bones, pubic bone, and tailbone. Ankle is slightly off of the thigh bone, and your foot is gently flexed as if it's pressed against a wall or just setting on a wall. Breathe. Squeeze both glutes. Just a tiny bit to start with. And then I want you to squeeze them even more and draw the belly into your spine as if you're trying to draw those glutes up into the pubic area. Squeeze. And then gently relax. Sit up tall. Breathe. One more time. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. Squeeze a little more. Draw them up. Draw the belly in. Squeeze. And then relax. If you want a little bit more stretch, or we're going to come forward first, sorry. Deep breath. Lean forward. Check your posture, check your spine. Is your foot still gently flexed? Breathe into the hip, the inner thigh, the outer thigh, wherever you feel tension. Just imagine you could just inject it with breath. And you're gonna feel different on either side. Now, if you were able to take a little more and push on your thigh on one side, you may not feel like you can on the other side, and that's okay. You can always put a pillow or something and then just rest the weight of your arm on it without actually pushing, if you want to do. But if you feel like you want to, put your hand or elbow right below onto your inner thigh and press towards the floor. Keep your spine long. Resist the urge to lean over or crush in through your spine. Lean to the side. You may feel like you want to lean to the opposite side to give it more pressure. Don't. Keep that spine up. When you're ready, release and gently sit up. Take that leg off and out to a 45-degree angle. Make sure your right knee straight out in front. First one, make sure that that knee is over the ankle and remains over the ankle. As we lean back or go forward, it wants to kind of roll inward. We want to keep it out, engaging this inner thigh to keep that knee lined up. Left palm on your knee, palm up. Inhale, bring it up at that 45-degree angle, just as if you're going to cover your face with your bicep. Keep leaning back. If you want to hold on to the back of your chair for support. Breathe. Reach the fingertips higher. And nice and slow, come back down. Palm remains up. And relax. Make sure your chest is facing over the front leg. We're going to waterfall forward. Make sure that that knee does not start to slide inward by engaging your inner thigh. Keep pressing it away. Inhale, arms up. Lengthen tall at the top and then come forward. Right over the top of that knee. Breathe. Make sure you're engaging the inner thigh on the outside leg. Pull your belly in, squeeze your butt, roll yourself up. Head comes on top, draw that leg in. Shake it out a little bit if you want to. We're going to stand up and do some of our balance. I keep saying I'm going to bring a clock in here, but the one that I can see, that light is in the way. Alrighty, we're good. I'm going to knock my water over and we're going to put the chair in front of us. The back of the chair so that you can hold on to it if you need to. I'm going to do Sans chair so you can see me. I'm going to back up a little bit so all of my body is on the camera. All right, so you're going to stand in front of the chair so it's directly in front of you, and then I want you to open your feet the width of a little bit wider than your chair legs. So your toes are out at a 45-degree angle. So the inside of your heel should be on the outside of your chair legs. So if my chair legs were here, my heel is on the outside of that. All right. Root into both feet, from the heel to the toes. Root them both in, which means you're going to engage through your legs a little bit. Make sure that they're even. As soon as you engage, you get a little wobbly. Engage through your abs, lengthen through your spine. Using the chair, breathe tall. Come up on your tippy toes, keep those legs engaged. You can release and use one hand if you want, or you can try and play the piano. You know, you very, very soft fingers on the chair. Squeeze through the glutes, lengthen through the crown. Come back down slowly, really slow. Slow's not easy. Shake your legs a little bit. Release any tension. And then center yourself back up. Root through the feet, engaging through the legs. Gentle engagement. You're not squeezing or for all it's worth. You just got a little bit engagement so you can root your feet evenly. Feel the small wiggles. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Draws your abs in automatically. And then start to come up on your toes. Soft knees. Squeezing through your glutes. Annoyingly slow. Come down. Really, really slow. All the way down. Take your hips to the right so you have more weight on your right foot. Take your left foot and I want you to turn it so that your toes are facing to the left. Use your hand on the right hand for balance. We're going to use the left one. So you're going to take the left one out. You're going to take the hips further right and reach the left out. Reach it out, reach it out, reach it out, reach it out. And then you're going to bring it down. Now you can keep this hand here, or you can take it to your hip, or you can take it all the way up. Whatever feels good. It will feel different. Breathe. Engage your abs, squeeze your butt, slowly bring yourself back up. And switch your feet. Bring the left one back to a 45 and take the right one and rotate your toes out. Now you're going to use your left hand on the chair and you're going to take your right one out parallel. You're going to take your hips to the left and you're going to reach right. Reach, 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 reach as far as you can, and then take that arm down and lengthen with the other if you want to, or keep holding on. Breathe. Imagining you're between two panes of glass. Engage through your abs, your belly, your butt. Pull yourself back up. And relax. Rotate so both feet are back to 45 degrees. Find your balance. Now, if you have the back of your chair in front of you, you have a couple of choices. You can turn it so that the back is off to the side, or you can just push it forward a little bit. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take our butt back and we're going to reach forward. So you can still hold the back of the chair if you want to just push it forward, if you can move it forward, or you could just turn it and just put your hands on the far end of the chair because you're going to stretch in our back. So before you do anything, move your chair first. And then keeping your feet wide, I want you to take pigeon toe posture. Toes in, heels out. Squeeze the glutes. And it doesn't have to be like way in, it just a little bit so you start to feel that it feels pigeon-toed to you. Now for someone who is naturally pigeon-toed, it's going to take a little more inward pressure. For someone that's naturally walks out like duck-like, it may not take very much at all. You may almost go to neutral and you may feel pigeon-toed. So just for you to start to feel that. Hinging at your hips, butt goes back. Either hold the back seat of your chair, or if you just push the back of the chair out, lengthening out. If you're not using anything, you can keep your hands at your hinge point. Breathe. Spine remains long. I want you to think of lengthening the crown away from those sit bones that are way back there. You're getting inner thigh, back of thigh, outside of calf. Breathe. Shoulder, reaching your hands forward is shoulder. Draw those abs into your spine to maintain length. Squeeze your glutes. Knees are soft and come up with a flat back instead of rounding. heel toe walk yourself in, shake out your legs, and let's make our way to the floor. We're going to sit first. Which may or may not be your favorite position. Okay, we're going to sit first, and we're actually going to attempt, all right, can everybody see me? Let me see a hand if you can see me when you're on the floor. Okay, awesome. Okay, since I can't see you, I just want to make sure. We're going to stack the logs. So if you imagine that your shin calf is a log, you're going to take one log and have it parallel with your body. And you're going to take the other log and stack it on top. Now, don't expect for your knee and your foot to touch. That's not normal if it touches. And you're very flexible if it touches. Get something and stick it under that knee. In between I have my left leg on the floor and my right one on top. I have my blanket between my right knee and left foot. So the logs are stacked on top of each other. Flex your feet to protect your knees. And then find your neutral sit bone, lengthening tall. Now, there is no way in God's green earth this is going to happen. You can take your lower leg, which for me is my left, and straighten it out and still put something underneath the left knee or the right knee, because the left knee or thigh is the right ankle. Does that make sense? Because you're pulling it in a little bit further. There's no way you can stack, and that's okay if you can't stack. We're doing the upper leg if you can't stack. Find your neutral. Find a long spine. This position is very good for the sciatic joint, the SI joint, which is different than the sciatic nerve. But they can both cause sciatic pain, if that makes sense. And when you're ready, lean back. Release your legs. You're going to switch sides. For me, that means I'm going to put my right one down. Or if you need to have it out, you can put that one out. And then I'm going to take my left and stack it over top. And stick something underneath the left knee. Flex your feet to protect the knees. Even if you don't have knee issues, if flexing the feet feels better, feels good, go for it. Find your neutral spine. Lengthen tall. Breathe into your hip, your low back, your glute. And when you're ready, lean back and uncurl your legs, unstack them. Take them out straight, both feet in front of you. Come back a little bit so you can see my toes. There we go. Scooching around. All right, toes to the ceiling. Grab your dog leash, your strap, your towel, your whatever you got. Lasso those feet. Keep those feet hip width apart. Don't bring them together in the center. Keep them hip width. Knees are got a teeny tiny bend in them, so you're not locking them down and flattening them into the ground. You want to keep them soft. Lasso your inner foot, link, and then hold it as far down as you can. Like grab it down there and then come and sit up tall again, so that you're providing. So I don't want your arms pulled in. I want your arms long. So reach down as far as you can comfortably and then let it slide through and sit up tall. So lengthen through the crown, from the sit bones to the crown. Flex the feet, keep them hip width apart. Feel the stretch down your legs. Take a deep breath and lift a little more through your crown, and then flat back starts to come forward. Here's where you start to bend your elbows a little bit. Breathe. Stay tall in your spine, lengthened. Keep that micro bend in your knees. Keep those legs engaged. Keep your back flat. And then come back up nice and tall, straightening out the arms. And one more time, deep breath, sit up. Exhale, a little bend in the elbows as you draw yourself forward with a flat back. Take 2 nice deep breaths here. Then round your shoulders and drop your head. Feel your heart melt forward. And gently roll up. Relax the strap, release it. Roll up nice and tall. And then you can roll back flat onto your mat. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit so you can see my whole mat. There we go. Need these right now. I have this little jacket on today because I'm chilly in the air conditioning, but that little part right there heated me up. And when you're ready, you can grab behind your thighs and just roll down. If rolling down is uncomfortable, you can just walk yourself down. Either draw your knees up and roll a little bit, or put your feet on the floor and flop. Whichever feels better to you. You may want your hips may feel tight and you want to kind of work the hips out, so put your feet on the floor. Your back feels tight, draw your knees up, roll your back out. Right, both feet on the floor, hip width apart, comfortable distance away from your glutes. And I want you to slide your right foot out. Point your toes towards the ceiling. Have that little micro bend in your knee. And then I want you to walk your left foot in close to your right leg. And then I want you to let it fall out to the side like you're doing tree on the floor. If you get a cramp or anything in your thigh, you can put a block or something underneath your outer thigh to support it. Because more than likely, it's not going to touch the floor. It may touch the floor. You may be extra bendy today, or just a bendy person, and it may touch the floor. I don't touch the floor because I have a tad too much derriere. Keep your right toes to the ceiling. Keep your left sole of your foot in close to your right leg. Keep your right knee softly bent. You're not locking it out. And then I want you to slowly start to squeeze your glutes until you get a little more stretch. It's interesting how squeezing an antagonist muscle creates stretch. Breathe. Maybe you want to go cactus arms, or you want to take your arms out to the side in a T position. Find one that's giving you a little bit of activity in your shoulder. You don't want it to be totally relaxed. You want to create a little activity in the shoulder. Relax the glutes. Draw the right knee up first. And you can either draw the left by itself, or you can roll to the left and then roll both of them together back to the right. Because you've had that inner thigh out there for quite some time, it may not want to cooperate. All right, recenter yourself on your mat. Slide your left foot out. Make sure your toes are facing the ceiling. Walk your right one in close. And then open it out to the side. Doing our reclined tree pose. Put something underneath that outer thigh if you need to. You start to feel a little bit of a cramp. Otherwise, start with your glutes nice and relaxed. Your glutes may naturally want to start to squeeze just because of the stretch. In this position, your inner thigh and your glutes are antagonist muscles. When one is working, the other wants to protect, and vice versa. So we're going to open up the inner thigh first, and we're going to use the antagonism of the glute to increase stretch. So slowly start to squeeze your glutes. Slowly, slowly build. So you start to feel that stretch more into your inner thigh. You may feel it a tiny bit on your straight leg inner thigh also, depending on the flexibility. Make sure the right foot is in close to the left leg. The left toes are facing the ceiling. Slightly flexed. Squeeze the glutes. And then activate your arms, either out in the T position or in cactus. Whichever you prefer. Breathe. Gently start to relax your glutes. Release your arms. Slide the left leg in. And for me, I feel like my inner right thigh is just stretched out to the max. So in order to call upon it to close could cause a strain. So I'm going to roll over to the right, put my knees together, and then roll them back together. So one of the most injuries from yoga, the way that injuries from yoga happen the most is getting into or getting out of a position. So I'm working better at getting us in and out of things safer. So there was your sound of Shavasana. Roll a little bit if you want to, or flop your knees a little bit if you want to. Whichever feels better for you. Get your position settled. Lengthen up through your spine. Have your shoulders and hips lined up. As I've been doing, I'm seating for this posture. Sitting for Shavasana. And get your eye pillow. Get something under your knees if you want it. If you want to do Shavasana seated, you're more than welcome. I just roll up my blanket and sit on it when I do it seated. But if you do it seated, make sure that you're maintaining a long spine. You're not going into what I think of as the Buddha belly. Even though Buddha is probably sitting up tall, it just reminds me of just hunching forward, belly's out, head's dropped. We don't want to do that. We want to sit up nice and tall. Connect with your breath for a moment. Remember at the very beginning where we followed the elevator up and down? We're still going to follow that same motion, but obviously if you're lying down, it's going to be more like a walking sidewalk. You're following it to the base of your spine and back up to the crown of your head. Make sure you're taking nice deep breaths to feel it move all the way to the bottom on an exhale. All the way down into the pubic area. And then when you're inhaling, you're feeling it rise all the way up to the crown. Using your belly. It's natural when you try and feel the breath go all the way to the bottom that you kind of draw your abs in and reach for that bottom. Make sure you relax those back out to take your inhale. And if you feel yourself raise your shoulders a little bit when you take your inhale all the way to the top, make sure you relax them back down as you start to exhale. Making your breath very long, reaching from the tailbone to the crown. Two more breaths. After your last breath, you can gently return your breathing to normal. And do a body scan. Crown of your head, down through your face, shoulders, chest, down your back, hips, thighs, calves, feet, and toes. From your shoulders to your elbows, wrists, palms, and fingers. Feel your body heavy. Feel its physical weight, like dead weight on the floor. Feel the heaviness of your breath. The heaviness of your eyelids. The heaviness of your lower jaw. Feel the heaviness of your shoulder blades. Feel the heaviness of your hips. And the heavy heels. I want you to focus your attention right between your eyebrows. going through the skin, through the skull, into the mind. Imagine for a moment that your mind was kind of like a maze. You have all these different directions that you can go. Imagine yourself walking through the maze of your left brain. Feel the physical connection to the left side of your brain. Feel it in the front near the forehead. Work your way back and forth, up and down, all the way down to the back where the base of your neck is. Feel the left brain behind the left eye. Feel it at your left temple. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Right in your throat, feel your breath. And then bring your awareness back to the center of your eyebrows, right between them, through the skin, through the skull, into the brain. Imagining that maze again, you are now in the right side of your brain. Near the front, near the forehead. Imagine yourself up and down, side to side, working your way through the brain to the back of your head and slightly down. Bring your awareness back to your breath, back to the sensation of the breath right in your throat. For just a moment, ponder the idea of all of your memories being held in your brain, all of your motor skills, math skills, language, arts, organization, feelings, emotions, memories, thoughts. Feel your brain in both temples and behind both eyes. And feel the connection in your heart, in your brain. It's almost as if there's a direct, unilateral connection from the brain to the heart. Information, nutrients going back and forth just in that one connection. Feel them together. The brain feeds on sugar. Sugar that's good for you and sugar that's bad for you. It doesn't give you permission to go out and have a bunch of it. It's just an interesting concept that as much as sugar invades our lives, your brain needs a certain amount of it to thrive. But if you're going to do it, make sure it's the good stuff, the real stuff. sugar that comes from natural plants, from eating a sweet carrot or a sweet red pepper. Take care of your brain, take care of your body. Take a nice deep breath, filling up your lungs nice and slow. Bringing that elevator all the way to the top. And then slowly exhale all of that air out and feel it run down your spine all the way down into your pubic area. Bring your awareness to your fingers and toes, wiggle them around, wrists and ankles, roll them, move them, elbows and knees, hips and shoulders, spine, round and flatten your back, turn your head side to side. Gently draw one knee at a time in, do a couple of rolls, release any tension, and then roll over onto your side. Stack your shoulders, your hips, and your knees. Breathe for a moment there. Get your equilibrium, get everything settled. Think about what you eat today. Is it brain food? Is it good brain food? Whether it be food or television or what you see and view around you. Good in brings good out. Draw your body off the mat. Nice and slow, walk yourself up to seated. Find your tall spine. And I want you to gently just turn your head to the right as far as you can. And then go over to the left as far as you can. Doing a last minute stretch out of the neck. Back to the front, drop your head forward. And lift your head up. Remain your jaw open but lips closed. And return back to center. Take your shoulders forward, up, around to the back, and down other directions to the back, up, and around to the front. Breathing both arms. Inhale, arms up. Gather that air, reach for the sky. Exhale, palms down, press the air away. And another breath. Inhale, arms up. Hands come together overhead. Exhale them down to your chest. Open your eyes. Flutter your eyes open and namaste.